Alright, howdy folks. What up, Jerry? How's it going? Early morning stream today. I know I said that I wasn't gonna stream, but my girlfriend went out with her mom again, so I got a couple hours free. And me and my buddy destroyed my farm yesterday, so I gotta go through and fix this shit. Well, they didn't destroy it, it's just like there's about 400,000 logs everywhere. But that is too loud. I mean, it seems like it's okay on OBS, but it's loud in my ears. But I am doing good. I'm actually like doing really good. Sun's out. I feel good. I'm like energized. I slept decent. I'm ready to get shit done today. I'm only doing this for a little bit because once my girlfriend gets home and can watch the dog, I gotta go outside and mess with my other car. So the other week when the tree fell, so I have 5 cars here. I'm one of them people. I have cars in different counties and shit. But like, I have 5 here. I have my red car, which is a Hyundai Tiburon, my girlfriend's Buick, my girlfriend's Cobalt. I bought my girlfriend another Cobalt, which is the one that I was working on last week when I was doing that stream. And then I have my own Cobalt. So there's 3 of those, and then the Buick and the Tiburon. Well, the Tiburon is the one that's still over. It's not underneath the tree, but it's like right next to it. And I just don't want anything else to happen to the poor car, so I am going to get it out of there so that way no more trees can fall on it and then I can actually work on it. Is that still too loud, or should I turn it down a little more? Or is it good? It seems like it's right in line with where my mic is picking up, but I don't want it to drown out. Okay, we got him, it's good. But yeah, the other car, so the Cobalt that I was working on, I don't know if you're gonna care too much about this or not, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There's, what was wrong with that is the timing chain one. Now what timing is, it's your ignition timing, which times your crankshaft, your valves, and everything. It makes it so that way they don't touch, because you have your crankshaft, which that's how your pistons go up and down, and then you have your exhaust and intake valves that open and close. That intake valve opens to allow the air that comes from the intake into the cylinder, because you need fuel, air, and spark to create a fire. So the intake valve opens, air comes in, explosion, and then exhaust valve opens, exhaust goes out. You know, all the hell yeah comes out the tailpipe. So in some engines, there's no chance of your valves and pistons actually touching, but with a lot of the newer cars, everything is becoming a lot tighter tolerance. So you run into the interference engines, which means that the pistons will interfere with the valves if not timed correctly, and that's what ended up happening. But that same thing happened to the Tib, because that has a belt rather than a chain, and the chains are a lot stronger, but they're still liable to have problems. Which the problem with the Cobalt is yes, it has a chain, but there's plastic guides that hold the chain in place so it's not flapping around. So it doesn't give it the opportunity to jump time, which if you've ever ridden a bike or like a quad or something and you've had your chain break, it's the same exact thing. Like all your crankshaft, your cams, they're all on sprockets. So it's the exact same thing. You need it tight and you need your guard on there so that way it's not flapping around. But the chain tensioner ends up giving out because of lack of oil changes, and then that creates chain slap, and then the chain slap breaks these plastic guides that are inside, and then that allows, like I said, enough looseness in the chain to where the sprockets are able to jump teeth, and then pistons touch valves, shit bends, shit breaks, and things don't run. But what happened with the Tiburon is one of my valves actually broke off in the cylinder, so I might actually be able to pull it up. So this is what I'm working with. Like I said, this is the inside of the cylinder. Right here, that's your cylinder wall, that's the piston, and that's the top of my valve. Right there. So I have to pull the entire engine apart. Well, not the entire engine, just mainly the front half, but I have to pull the cylinder head off in order to get to that, which is just a pain in the ass, but like, it could be worse, I guess. I just have to hope that I actually have a valve that'll work. Because I have another set of cylinder heads down in the basement, but they're the ones that I pulled off of the car when I bent the valves the first time. So I have to hope that I have a good set of valves. Because valves are fucking expensive for whatever reason. As much as I would love to like take it to the machine shop and, you know, get some big valves put in it and get all this engine work done, I don't entirely care that much about it. I just want the car to fucking run again. But it was my fault that it ended up happening in the first place, because the water pump on that car is timing driven, so like it spins off of the timing belt rather than the serpentine belt like most cars. And I had left water in it after I rebuilt it over last summer. I left water in it because I drained all the coolant out, because I wanted to replace it with brand new stuff, because you're supposed to replace it after a while. It does end up going bad. But I wanted to flush the system out because I put new water pump, new radiator, new hoses, all this new shit in there. So I wanted new coolant in my new parts. I didn't want to get all my new shit all fucked up, right? So to do a radiator flush, you need to use water and like a radiator cleaner of some sort. I use the Prestone brand, not sponsored, obviously, but like, that's just what I used because it's what my parts store had. And you just got to run it through a couple of times to get all the old coolant out, because it looks like mud, sort of. Not like mud, but the coolant's supposed to be green and it's like brown, and it's not supposed to be like that. So I wanted to flush it out, and like I said, you know, new parts, I don't want any junk fucking clogging up the new radiator and everything. But before it got cold, I was supposed to drain the water out and actually put antifreeze in it. And I never did that, so what ended up happening was it got real cold out water froze, I tried to start it, and then I sheared the pulley right off of the water pump, and then that's what made it jump time. So I just gotta fix my own mistake. The last time that it happened, I didn't have any sort of like answer as to what happened. The bolt just kind of came loose and ripped out of the block. But this time I could at least blame myself and not be sitting there wondering what happened and why me. This time I actually have an answer. It's my own hubris. Why? Bruh. I hate this shit sometimes. It is fun though. I've been really enjoying doing this. I like heavy equipment and shit though, so. In the trailer. I know. One thing that I don't like about this game though is I really don't like the forklifts. Because one thing I will tell you, I am forklift certified. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll fucking prove it. I'll prove it. Yeah, there's my forklift license. I mean, I can't run no shyster or nothing, but if you give me a fucking Yale, brother, I'll whoop that hoe. I don't have any reason to lie to people on the internet. Like, I don't get why people have to try to do that shit. Like, try to fake who they are to try to seem cool. Like, just be yourself. Like, it's not. Like, I would get absolutely nothing by sitting here saying, oh yeah, I'm forklift certified, but not actually having it. Just to try to, like, what? I'm trying to impress some teenager, like, on the internet for what? Like, I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to impress anyone. That was only in case somebody was like, oh, you're not fucking forklift certified. But like, cause you'll have the people that are like, oh fucking, I've been driving forklift for 10 years and like have never even been within the vicinity of a forklift in real life before. When I worked night shift, actually, What? This is the roller coaster place I worked at, the first job that I worked. So my first job out of high school, I built roller coasters. Then COVID happened, I lost that job. And then I got the stove job. And then sort of the same thing happened there. How that ended up was I had to take time off and I didn't have time and I didn't have a choice and I ended up pointing out, but that's not the point of this. But fucking the first job that I worked at, I worked second shift, which was from 2:30 in the afternoon until 1:15 in the morning. But between a 40,000 square foot facility, there was only 6 people there, which it was me, my boss, the press brake worker, we had a sandblaster, and then 1 machinist. And that was it. I was the only welder on the night shift. But we always had fun. Like, we never really did what we were supposed to be doing. Well, we got our work done, but like obviously when nobody's around, shit could be a lot more relaxed, right? So what we did the one day, it was a really slow day. We got our work done like really fucking early. We got done at like 10:30 or something. And I can't remember whose idea it was. Something's telling me it was probably mine, but I don't want to incriminate myself. But we all got the bright idea of let's set the cones up all throughout the shop and let's make a circuit to fucking race the forklift on. And we had this one, the Calmer, the red one. It had an exhaust leak and it ran on propane, and the other ones were electric, and it was nasty. Like it wasn't the fastest of the forklifts, but like since it had an actual engine, it sounded awesome. And fucking yeah, about like 11 o'clock fucking midnight, here we are fucking like standing in line at the bathroom while each of us are taking turns fucking flying around the shop as fast as we possibly can in a forklift. Like, I'm pretty sure I still hold the lap time record for that. Oh my god, that shit was so fun. I missed that job so much. I tried to go back, but I guess they never really figured shit out after COVID, because it was a smaller company, like family owned. Like the company that I work for now, I'm never ever ever in my life gonna meet the CEO. But like that company that I was working for, our CEO was coming around like once every week. I'm talking like the actual owner of the company, like the millionaire, would show up every once in a while and like just come hang out, talk to us. It was really cool, and I wish I would have. I don't see. I don't like clicks. Right, I don't want to put this. I didn't hear you come in. I said I didn't hear you come in. I gotta go. I go work on the car. Where the fuck is my cursor? Go work on the car a little bit. Maybe I'll be on Twitch. I don't know yet. But if not, tune back in tomorrow. Where is my mouse? There it is. Alright. I will go on. Later.